our Creole culture through food with tastes from around the world, music and vibes, all in support of the Rosa Capital building renovations. So don't miss it. Tune in this Wednesday, September 24th, 2025, 11 a.m. on TBS Radio with the sensational Julie Roberts. And then see you at the Flavors of the World Festival, Sunday, September 28th, Windsor Sports Stadium forecourt. Flavors of the World Festival, a taste of culture, a world of Creole.
Prince Wadix, Prince Wadix, Prince Wadix, Prince Wadix. Pakou a wete ba moun flè la yo moj a kite la vi. Aprisye sa yo ka fè ko yo a pa mi nou jodi. La se mouve va leve non nou ka konsipe moun evi.
Good morning, Dominica, and to all our listeners near and far. This is Creole Heartbeat. Welcome to Creole Heartbeat here on DBS Radio. I am your host, Julie Roberts, and today we have something truly exciting to talk about, an event that promises to take our taste buds and our culture on a global journey. It is called Flavors of the World Festival, a grand celebration of cuisine, culture, and community. This spectacular event is held on Sunday, the 26th of September, 2025 at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium forecourt from 2 p.m. till 9 p.m. Today, my special guests are Mr. Simeon Joseph and Miss Saint Hilaire, who will tell us all about this one-of-a-kind festival, what we can expect, and why this is much more than food. It is about bringing our people together in a meaningful way. So sit back, relax, and join me as we dive into the flavors and the stories and the heartbeat of the world right here in Dominica. Good morning.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. Yeah. You're welcome. The time has come again. Last year, Mr. Joseph and I had a grand time speaking about food, one of my favorite pastime and topics. So I was very much into this last year, and it's here again. It's Sunday's around the corner. We see in the shadow of Sunday already. So welcome to the DBS Creole Heartbeat platform. They're both watching us like pretending that they're radio shy. But I mean, these are people that we know. So welcome to the show. Welcome.
We don't know what to start with. What should we say first? That's what it is.
We just want you to say good morning.
Excited,
good morning, dear listeners, and thank you for having us. Thank you for being here again, and thank you for inviting us to be part of Creole Heartbeat.
Yes, thank you. And if you're in Radio Land, you can come on over to the Facebook page. We're live on Facebook, and you'll be able to see the handsome Simeon Joseph and the beautiful Miss Saint Hilaire. Okay, so let's start the conversation because time always gets the best of us. Mr. Joseph, welcome again, and let's start simple. What exactly is the Flavors of the World Festival?
Okay, I like to answer that question, to be honest with you. And I'd like to begin by saying it's a festival of a difference, In the world of events, there's festivals, there's fetes, there's a lots of kind of things like that. But the festival is a coming together, basically, of families, of communities into a space, not just a location, not just a venue, but a space and an environment where they can enjoy themselves in flavors of the world. And the flavors that we're talking about, one is cuisine, not food, okay? Cuisine, because we're talking about a variety and you could say a mixture of different type of palates and appetites from around the world. So that's why it's called cuisine. Okay, and it's also flavorful because we have a vast array of cultural and musical presentations as well as other artistic presentations. It's also very flavorful because we have a number of activities, amenities, and it's creating a whole atmosphere and a whole vibes where you all everything that talks about flavors is combined together. So food, music, culture, people, environment, cuisine, activities, and all of that as we come together to just enjoy ourselves as a community, as a family on a Sunday.
So it's a melting pot of flavors.
I don't even want to say that, but
No-
since you use that
no
term,
pun intended.
it's not everything into
I
one.
like fusion. Fusion.
A fusion. You understand?
I think it's a
Yeah,
fusion.
I like to
Okay.
say it's an eclectic fusion because when you think melting pot is something like a one pot, where you throw everything in and everything is cooked together. Synonymously for our term bouillon. Okay,
Yes.
but we use that for the time being because we're Dominican and bouillon is Dominican, right? So you have to assimilate to what is ours. So really, as Sissy, it's a fusion, but it's an eclectic fusion of different types of flavors, not only in food but in everything else. So we engage your sight, your sound, your hearing, your taste, your feel, everything, your emotions, your mind, everything.
Very well.
And it's something that Dominica has never seen before. Flavors of the World, I think, is unique. And when we created this concept of what we were going to do as a fundraiser for the cathedral, we wanted to bring in an international appeal to do something that Dominica had never done before. We didn't want it to be just another event. We wanted it to be something that the people from all ages, all walks of life can participate in and enjoy. And we also wanted it to be a family affair. So by combining this amazing culinary journey of international cuisine with an also equally amazing cultural immersion, I think that we've created a unique enough experience for all walks of life, all ages, and it's if you're a foodie, which I am,
She said so.
the rest is
actually.
history.
I mean, you don't have to ask me. You can look at me and assume. You would look at me and assume I have gas.
Right, you remind me of a very good friend of mine, Fedina Frampton. My God, every time
just
I
say
think
that
of-
all the
that's
time.
my dear friend, and
Yes.
that was, that's what I relished about. As a matter of fact, half an hour before she died, I was engaging trying to get her favorite dish, stuffed eggs for her.
Wow.
And by the time I went to pick up the stuffed egg to bring it to the hospital, on my way to the hospital, I was told she had passed. So
Oh, no.
it brings memories
Yes.
to me,
Yeah.
Well, I feel like Miss St. Hilia just touched a little bit about, the next question. How did this festival or the idea come about?
I think that when I first got involved, I think that the church needed to find a way to raise funds in an enjoyable way that takes it out of its typical box of fundraising. And this was for the building of the cathedral. As we know, it's a historic site and very important. And I received a call from Francine Barron, who is spearheading this initiative for the church, in this fundraising initiative. And at the time she said, I want to do this. Can I come see you? I want to do this. I've never done this before. I have no idea where to begin. So I said, no problem. So we got together and I worked with her to put together a team of everybody that knew about this business. Simeon was my number one pick. I picked myself. I picked Damian Serendo. I picked Junior Del Sol for the production end. And I really sort of closed my eyes and thought about everybody in the community that had the little pieces of the various components that make for a 5-star affair. And we formed the committee, and in the very early stages, we had to go through everything, all the nuts and bolts.
Yes, man.
And this year, she's running a thing without me, She's running a thing without me, and she sent Simeon and I to the radio station to go talk about it, which is fun. So she's doing all the heavy lifting.
Yes.
And And it has been an amazing experience working with her and the various committees. Everybody is volunteering. If you want to raise funds, any kind of non-profit initiative in Dominica, you have to have a good army, not a team, an army of people to do all kinds of things, from who's running the bar, to who's setting up the production, to who's managing the stage, to who's helping select the talent, to who's helping select the entertainment, to who's selecting the chefs.
Ticketing and all of that, setting up, site management, advertising, marketing.
It's a huge effort, very huge effort, all by volunteers.
Yeah.
So that makes the rewards greater. Yes. So this cathedral is $5 million, right? They need now. So you know how many of these things we have to do? We just started.
I know, and this is the second year.
Yeah, the second year.
However, just early in the year, I don't mean to stray away from this particular event. There was an event raising funds in the State House.
Oh yeah, and that
I
was
attended. It was towards the
humongous
same
success, wasn't it?
Yes,
the tea party.
Success,
that was fun.
As a matter of fact, I had some of my honey just yesterday.
Yeah, honey
Just yes, I still have my
little
jars of honey.
Right.
You see, we believe in not just having an activity or an event. We believe that part of our mandate should be to bring people together, bring families together, create an environment where people can, of all ages, all backgrounds,
all religions,
all denominations can come together and as people be one, and not just to eat or drink and go, but to indulge in a sort of communal, social, interactive, engaging activities that brings people together where you can chat. Did you notice at that event you were at, right, the Garden Tea Party, very few people who at the tables, right? Did you notice people on their cell phones? No. Sometimes I go to dinner at Fortune Just There or other places and family and everybody on their cell phone. But what we try to do is bring people together, but not just have them focus on a plate and a glass. We create an environment where there's something to talk about. Conversation can take place. Interaction can take place. The right etiquette can be something that people can indulge in. The right interpersonal dynamics is something, because you come together to a place, leave the phone in your bag.
Yes.
Tell a joke.
Well, I took out my phone because I wanted to take pictures of the bamboo serving. I love that
exactly.
aesthetic.
And so that is a point of conversation. Even these centerpieces were done to be a point of conversation, which you did, which you got involved in.
I tried to figure out why my head wasn't spinning.
And people,
it did create a conversation.
People were speaking about that.
And then when you thought you had come there for tea, and lo and behold, there was a whole dinner to be served later.
You got tea,
that was amazing.
That
was great value.
Snacks, you got dinner, you got entertainment, you get everything. When people leave their homes to go out, they're supposed to return refreshed, relaxed, inspired. That's why that's why it's called recreation. Recreation is something that's supposed to break you down or make you feel tired and heavy, or you go home or create environments where we fight with each other and make noise with each other. It's an opportunity for people to come together and really refresh themselves, their mind, their spirit, and those kind of things there.
Yes, when we have people like like you and Mr. Joseph and Miss Cynthia doing programs like this, you're so well versed that all my questions I have is like you answered them when you did your introduction.
Can I tell you what my favorite? Can I tell you what my favorite part about Flavors of the World is?
You can.
Okay, so my favorite part about Flavors of the World is that I like to move with my little crew, And so last year for Flavors of the World, I put together a group of maybe 8 of us, 10, and we got there, and we got all doodled up, we were out, and what we enjoyed was the fact that there were all of these foods. Well, the entertainment was amazing, but I'm a foodie, so we'll focus on that for now. We were able to go to all of the various food stations, the Lebanese station, the Haitian station, the Indian station, the Chinese station, and each one of us bought 2 or 3 things from each one of those samplings. And then we came back together, and they had these great picnic tables and other dining places where you could sit and relax. And we kind of did it like a family serving experience, where we put all of this down on the table, and everybody started sharing from it and tasting it, and it created a whole conversation,
A buzz.
about a
Yeah.
whole buzz about the food and what we enjoyed most. And when we had polished it all off, we were able we were able to have a little vote
That's why the food
on
is
what
speaking
our
now.
favorites were, and we went back and just selected another round of what our favorites were, and then we did another round to take home for the next day. So I think that is the beauty of Flavors of the World, that you can go there and be totally entertained by what's going on the stage. I'll let Simeon speak to what the entertainment might have been.
Yes, we'll
but
get
the
there.
fact that we were able to just have a whole conversation, have a very relaxing afternoon. We sipped on wine. We had all of these things, all of these various tastes going through our taste buds, and having this conversation. It was really very relaxing. I enjoyed it. And I think if there is one feature that is totally enjoyable, that should draw people to come, bring your friends, don't come alone, sit and have a conversation. And it was really good vibe, good energy.
Simon, I think I found my food tribe.
Well, actually, food is meant to bring people together. So that's why you call it breaking bread. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because breaking bread is supposed to involve a certain level of interaction.
Yes.
When somebody say let's break bread, it's not just to eat a plate of food. It's like, let's spend some time together. Let's chat. Let's enjoy each other's company. Let's indulge in taste and appetite and speak about things, that are common to us and those kind of things there. And to be honest with you, I don't want to labor on the point too much, but I think a lot of too many times in our society, in our space, we miss the point of what coming together is about.
Yes.
And coming together in whatever form or fashion should be to bring people closer together, to have a better understanding and tolerance of each other, to a greater appreciation for people who they are and that kind of thing. And that's why we really socially interact. That's why we really socially interact,
For
so
sure.
that we enrichen each other's lives. Me meeting you and you meeting me, we're supposed to leave each other better.
Yes.
We're supposed to feel more wholesome after we have encountered each other and spend some time with each other. And so, therefore, because of that, now we can, as you say, spread the love. That we
Definitely.
experience.
The flyer says a celebration of global cuisine and culture.
Right.
So can you break that down for us?
And it is definitely.
Yeah. What cultures, what
right,
cuisine?
right.
That's why I said
I
in
was
your
waiting
intro you
for
spoke
that,
about
so since we can
cuisine and
share that,
everything.
right?
So
It is a celebration, and rightly so a celebration. It's not just a presentation, because it involves appreciation for. It involves acceptance of. It involves highlighting certain things. And so it's a celebration because let us look at the cuisine part. You said cuisine first, global cuisine, right?
Yeah.
More and more we live in a very intolerant society. People, let us look at a social perspective. Look at how Dominicans talk about Haitians sometimes, right? Right. But there's a lot to celebrate about Haiti. I can tell you,
Definitely.
I lived in Haiti for 6 months. I worked with Haitians for 8 months in Haiti way back then. And Haiti is a wonderful country. It's a beautiful country full of art, full of music, the countrysides and everything. What we see and hear about Haiti is not Haiti. But when you go to Haiti, you get a deep, strong appreciation of what. So that's why it's a celebration. We hear about certain countries, but first of all, so we are celebrating our commonality through food, through cuisine. And what we are doing is we are introducing to people what authentic cuisine from these countries are like. Hey, I can guarantee you, we've heard of Chinese restaurants, but are we really eating Chinese food? Are we eating
Oriental,
adaptations of Oriental food? We hear about Indian
Definitely.
food, but is roti really Indian food, right? So therefore, that's what we're doing. So at Flavors of the World on Sunday, we will be giving you authentic cuisine from these international countries. So authentic Indian cuisine, authentic African cuisine, authentic Asian cuisine, Venezuelan. Which one am I missing out again, Cici? Indian, Dominican. Okay, we have the Dominican booth and list of items I can see is widened this year because I think she was there last year and I think she was just maybe waiting for this year to come with me. That kind of thing. So we have that, and then we have. Did I miss out on anything? We have
The Lebanese.
We have the Cubans, we have the Venezuelans, and we have all of these.
Africans?
We have African, yes.
Okay.
And then we have coming in, we have Jamaican, and we have coming in this year the Southern American appetite. Not American like what do you call it, Chick-fil-A and Wendy's and those things. Southern
That's
American
fast
Like the
food.
Texan.
Louisiana,
Oh, look at
Alabama,
that.
Mississippi
This is where you-
kind of cuisine.
gonna get collard greens
that's what's coming. You understand what I'm telling you? So it's indulging in
Yes.
our identifying with our black brothers and sisters
Yes.
from Soul Food United States of America. That's what we have in this year. I saw on her list budget 2 desserts that she's presenting, and I'm telling you two foodies, don't be surprised that
You gonna
I
eat
take
all?
all of it and
I knew that's where you were going.
I take all of it and then we're talking about culture. Again, it's the same thing. So our cultural presentation is one going to highlight Dominic at its best. We're going to be presenting the best. We're going to have steel pan. Okay, we're going to there will be our Kalinagos will be performing for us, a good drumming, African drumming, rhythmic presentation, Bele, one of our cultural dances. We're going to have this. In addition to which, we'll be presenting Calypso. There's going to be an interesting
A sing-along.
Calypso segment, tag along. We had it last year. I'm not sure if you were there, but we tried it out, But it worked so well last year that this year we've invited Calypsonians again. We're having our Calypso Monarch, Joy Stout, Shanice, who everybody's loving. We have Sai, we have the Web, and then we want to begin that partnership with the Calypso Association. So every year we have different Calypsonians. Last year we had other Calypsonians. We had Dice, we had Bob, we had Daddy Chess, we had Tasha P, we had old Calypsonian Bricks. But this year we have different Calypsonians, and they'll be presenting us with a current Calypso and an antique Calypso in a sing-along, tag-along. Then we have Swinging Stars. But we also have other artists. We have the Indians who will be coming they have the flying in, an Indian performer to present to us. I should be doing a presentation. We also have a Chinese martial artist.
Ah, nice.
Talking about a real martial
The
artist.
real
Yes.
thing,
Real thing, not what you see in
Yes.
cinema. Real thing. So he's be coming to do some Chinese martial arts for us. So we'll be thrilled with that. There will also be Lily Octave.
Yes.
This
The wonderful
girl
Lily Octave.
is
Oh my
just
God. Oh
going
my
to
God.
Yes.
dominate the world
She
space.
is. She
Yes.
is.
And I tell
is.
people every day, let me tell you something. We think that
And Mikkel.
yeah, we
I was
think
gonna say she remind me of
yeah,
Mikkel. I was
I'm
waiting
heading
to
to
say
that.
that, yeah.
We think
She
that when
does.
we listen to all these Grammy award winning artists around the world, they're superior. But I can tell you, take any one of our female artists in Dominica and put them on an international stage. If anyone, they're going to beat them hands down.
For sure.
Mikkel Henderson leads by leaps and bounds.
Yep.
Lily Octave is coming out very well. Then we have Mary Pascal Afana who will be performing with us as well, and that's just it. So this is our thing, our how you call it, cultural entertainment package that we'll be providing to our patrons on Sunday.
It's a full pack.
It's a full
It's
package.
definitely a full
Yeah.
package, and I'm happy to know that there's culture and cuisine,
Yes.
so that you can make the clear differentiation, but it's a package. But very often when people speak of Miss Centennial, they think of aesthetics, they think of event planning. So let's paint me a picture. What will we be walking into when we walk into the Windsor Park Stadium on Sunday?
So yeah, you are right. I am.
Reputation precedes.
You are right. I'm all about aesthetics and about
Yes.
presentation, because I feel, many years ago when I came to Dominica, everything was a jam, Everything was a jam, and everybody can attest to that. And we held the first event that took it up a couple of notches. And over time, I've watched, and I've really enjoyed watching, that everything is transforming. We don't even have a
Yeah.
jam anymore.
Yeah.
Everything is now an event. People are getting dressed, the presentations, everybody's making an effort, and everybody looks just absolutely fabulous. Dominica is a place with a lot of beautiful people. We are blessed with beautiful people, and so when they get dressed, it's really amazing. So for this event, I own all of my assets, so I will be bringing on a complete voluntary basis all of some of my best assets to make it enjoyable. So we will be doing like a dining experience for the VIP, and we will also be doing like a lounge dining experience that will encourage the family meal type atmosphere, where you put things down and you share it amongst each other, just like when you sit at table at home with your family to share a meal. So we will be bringing that. We will be taking care of all of the decor. Together with Simeon, we're creating a VIP space. We will have waiter service. People will be seated properly. They would be addressed in a way that makes them feel that this is a me day. Everything that we're planning for that day is so that you can walk away feeling like this was quite worth it. I got good value for my money. I did a me thing and I had a great day. Everything is working. Everything that we're going to do and plan to do is going to be with that concept in mind.
Okay, so speaking about me, sorry, Simeon. Speaking about me sounds like food. You know, tell me about the procedure for the food. When you purchase, you know, how do you go? Do you purchase a VIP package and you can eat as much as you
that's
want?
an excellent question, because that's what many people are asking. So I think I'll take the VIP first because it's a little more. So as she said, the VIP is a dining experience, but what we want it to be, a real dining experience where you have servers and waiters. I'm not sure if you know the difference between the two, you know, because sometimes you need to be so a server is basically one who attends to the table, and a waiter actually is one who attends to the table, and a server is one who actually goes back and forth between back of house and the dining room to make sure that there is a proper service and the presentation of the food. You understand? We have put in place this year a complete management team for the VIP. So we have a beverage manager, we have a food manager, we have a floor service manager, and we have a maitre d', because we feel that when people come to VIP, it's not just the location of the offering, it's the whole experience, the feel of it. You have to feel that you don't have to stand up in a long line waiting for food. You can sit at your table, your order can be taken, and you can be served. You can order your drinks as a VIP, order your drinks at the bar, or if you want, you can go to the bar. But the process is going to be for the VIP. Once you enter the VIP, you'll be welcomed with a glass of wine. Okay, compliments Archipelago Trading. That's once you enter the designated area. Once you enter the VIP, you're going to get a signature drink while you're seated.
So that's the second drink?
That's the second drink.
Okay, I try to count.
And the other beverages that you'll be getting, juice will be unlimited.
Oh,
throughout the time that you're there. We have water and we have infused water as well.
Yes, we saw that at the tea party,
right,
and
exactly.
it was so beautifully produced.
Which will be there as well.
Yes.
I'm sure people like Miguel Labadie are going to bask in that. Then we're also going to have a full service bar with mixed drinks and cocktails and everything as people wish, and that's what it is. And then you'll also be given your appetizers and 2 rounds of meals. So people eat 2 rounds of meals. There'll be a first serving and there'll be a second serving. Both of them 3 course.
Oh, I was just going to ask.
And it will be a sampling of all the different cuisines.
We're going to have, I'm not going to mention the menu as such, we're going to have an Oriental first course for the first round and a Dominican first course for the second round. And then our buffet is always a fusion of appetites from all over the round. Okay. We'll be having a special presentation of Cuban food as well as Lebanese food for the VIP. So that's exceptional this year. On the ground, and then you have your desserts. And then you're going to have your direct line of sight to the stage, and you're going to have a lot of areas where you can lounge outside and all of that. We're going to have a bistro garden setting, so if you don't want to stay within the VIP seats, you can go on the grounds closer to the crowds and interact. And then, so that's what you'll be getting for your VIP.
And
right?
how much do you pay?
$250. That's a steal. That's a giveaway. Okay?
Yeah. All inclusive.
All inclusive, and also everything considered. Then for general admission, you pay $100. And when you pay the $100, out of your $100, you get 4 currencies that you can go to any of the international cuisine. We're not calling them food stalls, cuisine areas, and choose an item. So we'll have you, when you pay $100, it grants you admission, but you also get 4 food currencies. Okay, and you can take that and go and get your food
and sample in any of the.
Okay,
so I can visit different parts of the globe when I get.
So I can go take one cheat, go to the Indian, take another one, go to the Chinese,
go to India,
take another one, go to
Lebanon.
That's what you're going to do with that when you get that, and then we have a special price for the youth as well, because we recognize they're not working, and because it's family, we want people to come together. We don't want adults to come and leave the youth at home. We have a youth price, especially for our students between the ages of 12 and 17, $50. But they to get 2 currency tickets where they can go to anywhere and purchase, and then and that's what they get, so entrance and that, and then they also, and then we have the children's price of $20, because we
On
have
the 12.
yeah, we have a special kids zone for them with a lot of amenities, activities, and things that they can be, so the parents can come enjoy themselves.
And
we have
just
this,
lose their child in the
this
safe
yeah
space.
this zone is going to be supervised by the
Yes.
family life secretary of a number of couples, parents who are coming to make sure that this place is well supervised and managed. They will have ice cream, they will have food, they will have games, they will have things to keep them occupied, and then the youth are also going to have multiple solutions on there as well. So, and then there are lots of other things that you can participate in and enjoy yourself in, because we have a lot of other things on compound.
This definitely takes me back to the me time that Miss St. Hilaire
Yeah.
spoke about, because imagine you trying to enjoy what you love the most, food, and you know a child always wants something. So knowing that there's a safe space for
Right.
them, I think that is
that's very
that
important.
yes,
Yeah.
it is, because it's a family oriented thing. It's,
Exactly.
okay, so I want us to pedal back, as we say, and just speak a little bit about the purpose. So we spoke about the Rosa Cathedral building, and Simeon, if I'm being honest, I feel like you owe me a gift
I do.
from the tea party. But you had some interesting facts about the Rosa Cathedral,
Yes.
and at this point, I wanted to speak a little bit about the facts of because this is all this has been done for the Rosa
So
Cathedral.
certainly. And
How many
and
years are they celebrating this year?
We're
and things like
celebrating
that?
175 years
Wow.
of the erection of the Rosa Cathedral.
Wow.
And apart from, take out the word cathedral, take out the word Catholic, think of history, think of culture. It's one of the oldest buildings in Dominica.
Yes.
And there are many interesting facts about the Rosa Cathedral. First of all, the original building was totally constructed by masonry and carpentry, by skilled Dominicans from Roseau and around Dominica. You see all the stones around the cathedral, they were cut by hand. Okay? And that is an art that has since died, as far as the history of our architectural landscape is. People do that in other places of the world. Barbados still does that.
Definitely.
And the United States and Europe, people still do that. But in Dominica, that is something that has died. And so it's important. And you ask yourself, how did they do those things in those days? And they also too, when you,
My grandmother would say because it wasn't fair. she was, that was
That's
also
it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
there are many other elements of the cathedral
Yeah.
that are very historical. For instance, we have the second oldest pipe organ in the Western Hemisphere after Canada at the cathedral. French pipe organ.
Wow.
The only other place in the Western, outside of Europe,
functional.
with an organ like that is Canada.
So who's doing the maintenance?
Well, every time we have to invite somebody from Belgium or France to come and maintain it. But luckily we have
amazing.
two very good organists in Dominica. Thank God, and I want to credit them, Cedric Philip and Leon Christian. These are just super musicians in Dominica, so they know how to play it well, and every now and
They take
again
care
it
of it.
has to be maintained. We also have, I'm not sure if you're aware, but with the stained glass windows of the cathedral are all handcrafted. Some of them going back over 100 years. Handcrafted, cutting glass and thing, and putting it together to create mosaics. The round part, upper part of the cathedral spells the history of Dominica. I'm not sure you can walk around the cathedral and read and know about the history of Dominica through the stained glass windows as well, all around the cathedral. People are not aware of those things.
No.
Exactly.
I would think
I
it's
was-
about St. Peter and that's what I
No,
would
no,
think.
it's there. A lot of the also marble and stone.
Yeah.
I mean, these things have an origin that other cathedrals in the Caribbean do not have. I'm not sure if you're aware, but we have one of the most ancient, historical, and architecturally appealing cathedrals in the region. Jamaica, the cathedral is modern. All the cathedrals are modern. Trinidad is not as ornate as Dominica's. St. Lucia has a nice one as well, so St. Lucia competes with, like, so we have a cathedral that stands out in the Caribbean. A lot of the stone works and everything. And another significant thing is we have a lot of historical people who are buried on the grounds of the cathedral. Agostino Brunais, the famous Italian painter who painted a lot of ancient historical artwork for Dominica, is buried at the cathedral.
Okay.
You understand what I'm
That's
saying?
a lot.
Exactly. So you cannot just let it go away. It's something that, and I remember about 20 years ago when I was really enlightened about all of this. Father Charles was at the cathedral at the time, and then after Hurricane David, we were repairing the roof, but nobody in Dominica could touch anything in the cathedral. So we had to send for somebody, two people from Europe, to restore the cathedral. And when they gave a presentation about the cathedral, I was thrilled. I said, "Is this the place I'm coming to since I'm a child and I know nothing about it?" And so these people knew more about the cathedral, and they grew up in France and Belgium. They lived there, but it so happened that the cathedral was one of their study
Yeah.
things while they were at art school and architectural school.
Oh, wow.
It was part of the curriculum.
Yeah.
Standing out to people in Europe. So I said, but we don't know what we have.
No, it's so we
You
be.
know?
So we be.
And
No,
that
you
kind of
don't.
thing.
You don't ever realize people come on the cruise ship and things that we would not
Yes.
take as meaningful.
Right.
So, for instance, we'll pass the Negma War statue all the
Right.
time,
Right.
So you might tell someone and they don't know what it is.
Right.
But then someone will come and these are the things they want to take
Yeah.
pictures
Do you
with.
know?
Well,
Do
exactly.
you know that
That's the point.
most of the tourists who come to Roseau, their first stop is the cathedral.
Yes.
Well,
during the
in
tourist
every
season.
country, people flock to cathedrals.
Yes.
So a cathedral is a historic landmark in any country, wherever you go in the world, and people gravitate towards those structures. And so, just for the sake of the architecture and the history behind this structure, it is important that we maintain it. We have a lot of structures, similar structures in Dominica, that have lost themselves over time. Look at the library, for example. You know, the Rosa Library. This is a beautiful piece of architecture that needs a lot of help. And because the Catholic community has been committed to the restoration of this cathedral, we actually see it coming back to the point where they're actually having a few big celebration
Yeah.
masses in there, although still incomplete.
Do you know that?
And what we found when they went and started working on the cathedral is that because it was such a hand thing that was done back then, hundreds of years ago, that in today's world, with Cat 5 hurricanes and really strong earthquakes, etc., that some of the foundation needed to be strengthened in order to rebuild the roof and to restore it in a way that would give it the longevity that it would need over the next 100 years.
Yeah.
So because of that, there were lots of overruns, financial overruns, to really get to the foundation and to reinforce certain parts of the structure that became vulnerable over the many years having been built by hand. So it's a big task, and
It
it's
is.
a great honor to be part of this group, to be able to say that we were part of restoring this beautiful piece of architecture that is part of the landscape of the city of Roseau.
Yeah.
And it's a great honor as the people who are the consumers.
Right.
That can be our responsibility
Right.
to be a
and
part
ownership,
of it.
and
Yes.
ownership as well. And
Absolutely.
in saying that, just before I piggyback on that, when you enter the cathedral, at the back you see a wooden slab. When they dug up the cathedral, they found the ruins of the first cathedral underneath.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
No one mercifully knew it existed. So apparently they just built the current cathedral on the ruins of the previous. So it's right there.
they kept
So right
everything.
now we're trying to see, instead of just covering the floor, if we can get a big piece of glass, so as you
Yes.
walk through you can see things. But the point you raise is very important, because I need to say right now that people have always been asking, why is this thing going on for so long? But we like to appreciate the fact that 80% of the income for the renovation of the cathedral has come from our own efforts. So and that's something we need to be proud of. That's something we need to be happy about, that we are doing it on our own. We are doing it through our own efforts, by ourselves, and it's something we can claim a certain level of ownership for, which is what you're talking about, and appreciate it some more. I want every school child in Dominica to be able to walk around the cathedral, into the cathedral, and feel proud.
And say they were
every
part
young
of
person,
restoring it.
that kind of thing. You know what I'm telling you? Because it's something that we need to be proud of. Just look at the renovation of the Notre Dame Cathedral in France. That was burned down, I think, in 2018. It doesn't belong to the church in France. It belongs to the government. As a matter of fact, all the cathedrals in Europe most of the cathedrals, I should say all, belong to the governments of Europe because they recognize the high level of tourist attraction that brings and the economic benefits that it brings, and they were able to do it to restore the Notre Dame Cathedral, and it's very historical. I encourage, if you go to France, visit Notre, you will remain there in awe, you know. And also if you go to that other cathedral in Barcelona, that's another, the Sagrada Familia. I mean, I've been there, and I'm saying to myself, when we have an appreciation and understanding of what these things do and the impact it has on us, we appreciate more our contribution towards making it something, you know, that
Definitely.
yeah.
Yeah, so we always speak about the heavenly gates and these things, and these are like our physical representation
Right.
of where we go to meet God. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we need to maybe put a little more significance.
Well, I look at what Flavors of the World is doing.
Yeah.
Flavors of the World is bringing all people that would normally not necessarily contribute to the cathedral are now playing their part. So in the end, I think one of the things that we can embrace as we talk about Flavors of the World is that all Dominicans are now rebuilding
Yeah.
this cathedral
Right.
Yes.
together.
All right. Let's speak about playing their role, because last year, I stand corrected if if I have to be, but I remember Simeon say that most people who are helping out, it's pro bono.
Pro bono, all of us are doing it pro bono.
All pro bono.
So all the profits, everything just going into the cathedral.
Even the performers.
exactly. And except
is
to pay
amazing.
for the unavoidable expenses that we must incur, because there's some that we must incur. But again, from a spiritual perspective, we're blessed with time, talent,
Talents.
and treasure.
And you
Okay?
have to give back.
And the scripture says, "Give," and and you know, we have reached a stage in our society where everybody feels they have to do something for something. You know what I mean? But it's a good virtue, it's a good habit, and it's a good spirit to develop when you can generously give of what God has blessed you with. And so we give it for our time, because I can tell you, planning this festival, I mean, we meet almost every day. When we meet, it's 3-4 hours. And like last night, we had this meeting, we had Jubilee meeting, we go on phone sometimes. We've been planning this since June. And so a lot of us have had to, people like my good friend here, surrender commitments and roll over our time from one thing to make sure it's actually. Look, and the people on the committee are busy people. Lawyers, business persons,
Have all events
the
to
people-
plan for
people-
next month.
exactly,
Yeah, exactly.
People are
Just
myself
saying,
very busy,
exactly.
that kind of
We're
thing.
just hoping you have enough
right,
time.
we have people who have
But
have
how
their
can you
business
not
accountants.
contribute?
Right, exactly.
You know,
we're
how can
doing
you
that.
have this skill
And then
and not contribute?
Right, but we're
you
also
know?
very happy to see that we approach people and we tell them, okay, this is for, and guess what they say? Sure, fine. You know, some say no outright. We just say, put our tail between our legs and say, thank you very much. We've asked, you've said no. But every one person who has said no, there are 3-4 people who say yes.
Okay.
You understand what I'm telling you?
Definitely.
So that's it. So I mean, and we're very happy for that. And then, as I said, you know, it's an opportunity for us to. It's camaraderie, it's community. You know.
All right, so if you're just joining us, I'm sitting with Mr. Simeon Joseph and Miss Saint Hilaire, and we're speaking about Flavors of the World Festival. Did I get it correctly?
You're
That's
correct.
right.
Okay. And now we're just going to do a little speed round in case you missed anything and you just want to know exactly what that is. So, any one of the two of you, who is the festival for? And also, he's still designated now. Miss Baron sent you to work for her, you know. We're designated on here.
And he wouldn't go without me. He won't go without me.
Yeah, so is it for families, food lovers, cultural enthusiasts? You know, what? Tell us, who is it for, and what's your invitation to the public?
Well, you've said it perfectly. Cultural enthusiasts, culinary enthusiasts, families, community people, adults, children, all walks of life, all denominations, all religions. We invite you to come to the Windsor Park Stadium. This is not a religious affair. This is an affair that brings together the community. It brings together culinary experiences and foods and cuisines from around the world. It also brings together performances and cultural presentations from around the world. in Dominica, something that is not done by any, not even World Creole Music Festival delivers that particular type of experience. It's very unique. It's organized by some of the best event organizers in Dominica. There's been a lot of attention to detail. Tickets are available with me at Next Connect's office. Tickets are available through the committee members. You may call. If anyone wants tickets, they can call 277-6233. It's $250 for an all-inclusive VIP package, and it's $100 for adults. That includes what we call festival chits, festival money, that can be used to have a tasting and a sampling of your choice. And I believe it's $20 for children. How much is it for
$20
children?
for children,
Under 12 and $50 for
Yeah.
12 to
$100
17.
for adults. And actually, for a limited time, might end today or tomorrow, we have a group package. So if 4 people or more come together, you get 20% discount.
Foodies
Oh,
of the
but-
world.
Right,
Okay, I have to get
exactly.
my team.
You're gonna join my
Get
group.
your
You're gonna join my group.
It looked that way. It's looking that way. Okay. Any advice for someone attending for the very first time? Because last year was memorable and someone might have heard about it. They're coming this year for the first time. Any advice? What should they not miss?
Just a mistake. Not 20%, 10%. Sorry, 10%.
Number one, they should not wait till last minute, right? Because there was a last minute rush to Flavors of the World that was absolutely incredible and unbelievable. You should plan to go. You should organize your friends, organize your groups, so that you can come there, have a relaxing afternoon, have conversation about food, cuisine, entertainment, culture, and plan your outfit and come. Let's take care of you.
Okay, which was your favorite last year? I know it's maybe not fair to say your favorite, but
It was difficult because they were all. How do I put it? I enjoyed every one.
I
of
had
them.
all of it.
That's the bottom line.
we know.
And they were. I would say okay. So I would say the one I indulged the most in was the Indians because
Me
they had
too.
a wider variety of items. Than
it's
the
not
other
just
group.
curry, like people
No,
think.
no. They had a
no,
wider
no.
variety. So I could not go once. You had to go 3 times to get everything that they were offering.
Yeah.
They had a lovely sweet. I wish they'd come back with it again.
I
this
think
year.
I have a bias though, because when I land, as soon as I leave Dominica, the first thing I do is get Indian food. So of course, this Indian cuisine right there in Dominica, I went back
Yes.
again at least twice.
And that's why it's important to have a VIP package. I mean, not discounting the regular package, but when Simeon said that for the VIP package you get 3 course
2
servings.
3-course
Can you
rounds.
imagine? Plus drinks and unlimited drinks, and you get your
Not
your-
unlimited drinks,
fruit
you have
drinks,
unlimited
juices.
waters, and you have
That's
your
amazing.
appetizers
Yeah.
and your wines.
appetizers. I missed that part.
Yes.
And appetizers from all the various culinary. We didn't speak about the chef, the culinary.
Oh my
the
God! How do we
competition.
forget
Oh my
that?
God,
That
there's
would have
so
been
much
a
competition.
major. I don't think we would be forgiven for this one.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my
We
God!
have.
I'm looking
We
forward to
have
that
an
one.
international culinary contest, not a cooking competition. It's an international culinary contest in the sense that we have 5 chefs who will be going head to head on preparing a dish that is being empowered by Archipelago Trading. They each of them have to prepare 1 shrimp dish.
Oh.
And then any other dish after that. So they have to prepare 2 dishes.
And
So they've been
judges?
tested on how creative they are, what spices they use, how much what the art of putting it together and everything, and the
presentation.
speed, the presentation, the taste and everything. So they will be doing that, and they will be judged later on by 3 qualified. Experienced.
I don't want to tell you how
chefs.
qualified I am as an eater. 'Cause I'm just going to try to secure that job.
I'll be the taster.
Yeah. So we have that, and we have that. So it's
Yes.
something that people can and look at, observe, because why we have that way is patrons can hey, I want to know how to cook trim, so they can be going around observing. It's all entertainment, part of the entertainment.
And you
package.
can learn.
And you can
You
learn
know,
how
you
to
can
do,
learn
just
from that
observe this,
experience.
how this person is doing this, that.
You're
know,
getting
etc.
3 recipes demonstrated to you right then and there.
Right then and
It's
there.
amazing. Yeah.
So in actuality, you're bringing in people to the country. There's a tourism aspect to this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm hoping,
Absolutely.
as I was saying last night, I'm hoping that we can expand this thing. And now we have travel. So maybe the French people next year the ferry can come in at 10 in the morning
Yes.
and leave at 8 at night. And we have 2 or 3 people coming from Guadeloupe and 200 or 300 people coming from Guadeloupe and Martinique landing in Dominica just for the Sunday because it's a weekend.
Yes.
Right? It can come from Marigaland. Then we have all these airlines coming into Dominica. We have an airline now coming from St. Thomas.
Yeah, we have
Why not have
inauguration
an
today.
early charter from St. Thomas
Yes.
at 10 o'clock in the morning? We have night landing now, and they leave at 6 o'clock in the evening.
Absolutely.
So if we can get this thing and
Absolutely.
get people into Dominica and experience that, because I mean, let's face it, not every West Indian or Dominican can buy an expensive ticket and fly to India and eat authentic Indian cuisine or China.
And you go taste of India some
Exactly,
places and
coming
you
right
upak-
there.
we're not tasting upaka good taste India at all. Whenever you know, just like how we spoke about having something so you go to Oriental place.
Right.
And it's just it's not even the
It's not
quality
the
that they would
authentic.
eat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the event must grow. It has to grow because it is so unique that we are anticipating at least double what happened last year. And last year there was a big unknown. What is it? What is it about? And I would say that we got very, very favorable ratings from people that attended.
Yeah.
And I think this year is going to be bigger, and next year is going to be even
And that's
bigger.
why we're having it a second time. Last year was just supposed to be a one-off event.
Yeah.
But, then
it's now an
after
annual
last year,
thing.
people just said, no, this thing cannot be a one-time event. You got to do it again. And so it's becoming, who knows, one day it could be turned over to some other people. And then when the cathedral is over, it becomes a national event on the calendar for the Ministry of Tourism or the Ministry of Agriculture
Which
or something
is
like
the
that.
opening of the
It's
Creole
germane.
season, eh?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the opening of the Creole season. So we were actually launching a whole experience for people to participate in and enjoy themselves.
When the best of us will pass on the baton, that's what you're saying?
Well, we must
because
do that.
presently
Ah,
the
let me
best of
tell
us is doing it.
we must do that in life, eh?
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we're not beholden to things unto ourselves.
Yes.
Whenever we do anything, we must always do it from the vantage point of view that we won't always be there.
Yes.
And we have to be able to pass on the best of our treasures to the next generation so that whatever we plant today can bear fruit tomorrow. The Bible says, Paul plant and Apollos water. We don't have to hold on to things forever. We can be happy and proud to know, hey, we've started this, we planted this seed. Somebody's coming along and make it bigger, better, grander. Because we're not
Absolutely.
doing things for ourselves.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're just about to wrap up, and we spoke about the rewarding side of doing the festival, why
Right.
we're doing it. Have you guys had any challenges, even simple challenges like more sponsorship?
Oh, yeah.
More people get on board. Just tell us just a little bit.
I
'Cause-
am going to be blunt, and I'm going to say that's one of my disappointments, the sponsorship. Because relatively speaking to other events in Dominica, I'm aware of what is given and what is done. I think we could have more, but we're grateful for the sponsors who have come on board. In as much as we have had limited sponsorship, we have had great sponsorship. So people like Archipelago Trading, let me not be careful not to
Be
call
very
any
careful.
names that I don't want to leave out because that's a very sensitive matter. But we have people, and I'm going to say that I just want to call them. We have Archipelago Trading, our platinum sponsor. We have Belfast Estates, H.H. Richards, J.R. Stephens and Company, Fine Foods Incorporated, the International Organization on Migration, or WISE, because it's synonymous of flavors of the world, tolerance, understanding, etc. Do It Center, Springfield Trading, AC Shinford and Company Limited, Petro Caribe, Josephine Gabriel and Company, Bullseye Pharmacy, Deepex Scholar Lab, Dominica Festivals Commission, and the Government of Dominica, DASPA, DBS Radio, Kyrie FM, Q95, Vibes Radio, Emo News, DNO, Mari Monday, Comsi TV, Next Connects. We have also coming on board yesterday Mo's Rental, as well as the Signman, who have come on in small but significant ways. There are people whom we really appreciate. some people we didn't have to send a letter. They just understood the cause through a phone call and came on board. Some people, they received the sponsorship package and they came on board right away. Some needed a little nudging, but we're grateful for every one of them who have come on board. And hopefully those who have not come on board this year will be able to get buy-in next year, and the event this year will sell it, and they will come to have confidence in what we're doing.
Okay, any final words?
I personally would like to appeal to everybody all our listeners today in Dominica, that whether you're from Casa Bruce or from the Kalinago territory or from St. Joseph or from Maho or from Massac or from Wallace or from Canefield, get together with your neighbors, organize that you come as little groups. If you require transportation, there is a bus driver in every community. Pull people together and come, and let's have a great family affair for a very good cause that we're all as Dominicans going to be very proud of. In the future, it would have been something that we've all built, we've all restored the cathedral, and I think for me that's very rewarding.
Yes.
I endorse that 10,000 million percent. And I'm going to end it that by saying, everybody else, jump on board and see you on Sunday.
Yes. Oh, what a day that will be
It
when
will
you
be.
have that first church service, first mass.
Oh my goodness.
After the restoration.
Yes.
Well, Mr. Simeon Joseph and Miss St. Hilaire,
Sissy.
Sissy, thank you for, it's so formal, I know. But
Yeah, right. Everybody calls it
thank
Sissy.
you for sharing with us today. The Flavors of the World is shaping up nicely, and it's shaping up to be something truly special. So this is your chance to taste, to see, to feel, to touch,
To immerse.
to immerse, into cultures of the world right here in Dominica. And all of this is while supporting a worthy cause. So listeners, mark your calendars for Sunday, the 28th of September, 2025, from 2 p.m. until 9 p.m. That's a lot of hours. At the Windsor Park Sports Stadium forecourt. Don't miss it. I have some information as to where you can get your tickets. I hope my information is correct. But www.ticketandpass.com.
That's right.
Okay. Or you can follow them on social media at Flavors of the World 767. You've been listening to Creole Heartbeat on DBS Radio. I am Julie Roberts. Thank you for joining me today. And remember, the world's flavors are waiting for you right here at home. Until next time, have a good afternoon and God bless you.